Hello everybody, welcome back, and we actually have a petroleum gas backup. We have too much petroleum gas. Um, as for how I'm going to deal with that, I'm not too sure. I think I'll just, I don't even know. What can I even do to, okay, we first gotta look at the petrol, what we can do to make it even good for fuel. You can liquefy it into LPG, of course, which is an option, or you can just reform it straight into, unsaturated hydrocarbons and liquid hydrogen if you so desire that. Reformant gas, of course, too. Reformant gas is better for fuel. Of course, this is flammable and combustible as well. This is more combustible. I mean, I guess we could reform it. Maybe. I'd like to see my other options. LPG. 4.53 million, which is better than 2, it just doubles it. So maybe we'll go LPG, and we'll just run it into an engine. Hey, I forgot to mention that I've got these new machines set up. These are the radiolysis chambers, the RTG and radiolysis chamber. So basically you put like 10 of them, 10 pellets in, and it just works, and it does its job, much like the solar plant, except it produces energy too. So this guy, as you can see, has full energy. Crazy, huh? What's really good is that you can actually do this, where you make hydrogen peroxide and liquid hydrogen in one of these, which solves the problem of this chemical plant. We don't need the chemical plant. It doesn't need to exist. Nor does this guy. This is going to become a hydrogen dump. So, well, this guy could just... is going to become this, where it's just liquid hydrogen and nothing. So we have an excess petroleum gas, which gets piled into this guy. And what we can do with this is... if I simply set up something like this, and have a pipe which goes around to it, and does all the piping stuff. Like so. And then we need a template for LPG. Which, to get our dye, I don't really know what I'm gonna do for that. I think we might just look for a flower, which definitely does not exist at this point. Well, nearby at least. Probably like miles away at this point, because... no? No, I definitely see a flower over here. Perfect. It's hiding under the tree. That's the only reason it exists still. The tree saved it. Soon the tree's going to die. That'll be great. LPG, right? This guy here. Boom. Nice. Petroleum gas liquefaction. I'm not sure how that works, but hey, it's cool. This probably makes it really cold and then does magic from there. Probably. We're now gonna need a combustion generator again. We probably should get 2 more of these. How many can I make? We'll find out. Okay, so all we are going to need is 12 of these things. 12 steel. 20. Well, I'm gonna take the entire box. Why not? Just take it all. So 24 of these. Then we need iron plates, which we need 16 of them. 16 of these will go into here. And then we need copper plates with the exact amount. Isn't it? As the industrial copper, it's just copper ingots. Okay. Generator bodies now. So that will be 12 for each, plus gold. Gold is going to be expensive because I don't think I have any gold. Besides the 16 pieces I have. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna make the generator bodies using these, which are wires. First we're going to make coils. Then we're gonna take the coils, do fun stuff to them. Okay, there we go. Boom. Apparently we did not distribute properly for some reason. Okay, so we need to make the coils into... do we even need that? I think it's just generator bodies, correct? It needs these guys, right? Oh, I see it. It does need these guys, but it also needs these other guys, which... so now that we have all of them done, we need these ring coils too. So this balances out. We have 6 ring coils to 6 of these large steel rotors, which makes for 2 of these guys. Now this burning all of our kerosene into this guy is actually pretty good because it gives us these, and we needed these to make our machinery. Alright, so all we need now is 6 ingots of red copper and 2 enhanced circuits. There we go, it's making its stuff now. Now I'm not too sure what kind of pistons we're using. I don't remember. I think we're just gonna use the cheapest ones available. Whatever that may be. Alright, so we're gonna set this guy up for LPG. And we're also gonna need to add some battery buffers on this guy. Well, actually, we'll do that right away. No reason not to. What? This does not run LPG? Oh, wait, they put it in here. There we go. So now it just needs a piston to actually burn the fuel. This shouldn't be too difficult. 24 high-speed steel ingots, which I don't think we have. 24? I think we have... No, we have enough. We definitely have enough. That's really good. And I think it needs 8 of these guys. And 8 titanium plates. And that should be it. What else does it need? Does not need anything else? Give me just 8 of them. Why are you giving me extra? I do not need extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This goes up here. I'll need to make more high-speed steel at some point, but that should do the trick. Pretty good. We'll need one of these that runs for high-octane diesel, but this should be good for LPG. As far as the other stuff goes, the energy system that I was talking about, we were going to need these guys, and probably some niobium. So with niobium, we can make one of the most powerful energy storage systems in the mod. Which, what we do is we just take this, boom, and then we can make plates, and we make plates from this again, and we have 21, which is way too much, but we have a lot of, we do have a lot of rubber, so it's not too big of a deal. And of course, it double clicked it for me. Don't worry. Rubber. We have some of that over here. Lots of rubber. Not too worried about it. We can make a lot of these. Way more of these than I actually would need, reasonably. I don't think anybody needs this much of these. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think anybody has this much of these. Who has 21 niobium capacitors? Nobody. I'm the only person. Ha. Well, maybe somebody who's insane enough. I mean, if it's possible for me to get 21 of it, then it's definitely possible for the rest of people to get it. If they put the effort in, of course. It does take some effort to get to the point where you have this much niobium. I'm gonna weld the final plate, see if it does weld, maybe. Hopefully this time it will weld. Basically, what's going on with those is that every episode we can weld one more plate, and we're finally to the point where we've welded all the plates. Well, most of it I've done on my own, because it takes like 6 years for the thing to charge up. You have to like wait for it to charge up to get to the point where you can... It takes 12 million HG to do it. 12 billion. Did I say million? It's 12 billion. It's a lot. Advanced charger network right here. Boom. And those extra ones, these bits on the end they don't need to be there. I could go taller, but with this setup, you don't need to go taller than what we've got right now. We're gonna attach the end of that to the cable drum to this guy here. Too far away? What do you mean it's too far away? It's like 3 feet away. It's just exactly 10 meters away. What? Okay, then I guess I'll deploy one of these to bring it just a few feet closer. Place that there. Connection. Connection. Nice. Now it's better. It's generating a lot of energy now. How much is this? Aviation grade? Is this high grade fuel? I think this is, yeah. So it's not gonna get the maximum efficiency, but it's decent. Doesn't really make a big difference with these guys. They are pretty good generators after all, aren't they? It's going to produce a lot of pollution. I don't really care to actually hook up the exhaust piping, maybe. I mean, I kind of care, but like, only slightly. I don't have enough exhaust piping for that right now. I don't feel like doing that right now. So the final bit of technetium steel we needed is done. We need to make sure we build a Wattz reactor now. So that's gonna be this. Boom. 3 boron, 2 welded steel, and welded technetium. I expect that this is going to take a little bit. And how much does it actually need for this to need 16? I don't know if it needs 16. I think it... Okay, so as far as these go, it needs 48 of them. And the amount I currently have probably will produce 48. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely producing 48. Now, what does the next thing need? This guy. This guy's easy peasy. I like this one already. Now, how many of it does it need of them? 26 of them. Makes 3 of them for each one. So we're going to do 8 times 3 to get to 24. We're going to need 9 times the recipe, actually. So we'll need 18 cast steel plates. Each of them costs 3 steel per each cast steel plate. So it's really good. But with the copper, it's going to cost 3 copper for each one. How much are we looking at over here? We haven't stockpiled a lot yet. It's going to take a bit to do that. What does this guy up to? Okay. It costs double the amount of cast copper, so yeah, that's gonna be kind of expensive. But hey, we can definitely do that. Which it's looking like the hardest part of this is actually making these guys. Well, no, this guy. So we've got the hardest part out of the way. Did I mean to choose the hardest part? I don't think so. I think I just meant to choose the part that looked made sense to me. I don't know. I don't know why that made sense to make these guys first, but we did it. And alright. We still gotta make 4 of these cast ones. You should make these ones welded too. That seems like it would be a pretty great idea to make the suffering for making this thing pretty good. Bring it to good levels of suffering, you know. So we have 18, we should have 36 of these guys then. Which we're getting close to that point. And then rubber is just 18 of them as well. Which, like I said, is incredibly cheap for me. Probably not for the rest of you all, because unless you've automated a rubber, unless you have like a good way of getting sulfur, having rubber automated and all that, I don't know that you'd have a lot of rubber. But maybe you do. I don't actually have sulfur automated. I just mine up a lot of that stuff and get a lot of it from the refineries and stuff. There's also the sulfuric acid. We haven't dealt with that. We need to. And this place is slowly turning into New York because of this guy over here. Constantly running LPG and making the place a foggy wasteland. This next one's gonna need 2 cast steel plates. For each one, we're going to need to figure out how much we're going to need, of course, and then it's going to need 2 zirconium cubes, 2 saturnite, and 4 hard plastic or PVC. We're going to need 36 of them. So now that's another multiple of 3. Clearly, that's 3 times 12. So that means if we divide, we have to do 12 times each of these. 24 cast steel plates, 24 zirconium cubes, 24 saturnite ingots, and 48 plastic bars. Which we already have that last part. That last part's really easy. You just take these guys and you split them until you get to 48. Like that. Nice. Saturnite's also pretty easy. You need 24 of them, right? Well, you gotta just remove 4 from that stack and then you have your 24. Nice. And then the last step is zirconium cubes. Those are a little harder because you need to have zirconium. But zirconium's easy to get. If you know what you're doing. Anyway, we'll pick this up next episode, and we'll get started on finishing up everything for the Wattz reactor. It's a lot of stuff. We're not gonna finish it. We're gonna finish it in 4 episodes, probably.